Hey, welcome to Blockbuster, man. Scott, can I help you?
Do you have any movies that deal with death and dismemberment?
You mean like horror movies, man?
It doesn't matter, just death and dismemberment.
Well, it does matter, man, because they're all sectioned out here at Blockbuster, so I need to know if you're looking for a horror movie or action movie or a new release. Like, what are you into, man? Death and dismemberment? Like, what is that, man?
Movies where people die and get dismembered.
Can I see your ID, man?
I got an ID for you.
He was fired from his job at the Silver Shamrock for failing an eye exam. Doug Wall. He thinks a Tommy spinoff called The 13th Friday would be a great Shudder series. Lee Bridges. He took Pamela Voorhees' dead skull and fucked it. Garrick Lane. This is Tales from the Video Store. I watched Jason X.
Oh, really? I've never seen Jason X.
Really?
Nah. I've never seen Jason X or... Let me see.
The last one I
Which
saw...
was your best Friday? What was your best Friday the 13th?
My favorite?
What was your favorite Friday the 13th?
My favorite Friday the 13th was the third one.
Was it the 3D?
Yeah.
Really? When he got the mask?
When he gets the mask,
That's the bag.
I just thought that was the shit,
I like
dude.
4.
Oh, I love
The
4.
4,
too.
yeah, when Corey Feldman
Yeah.
and Tommy.
When Tommy-
takes
See, I have a theory. Like, the first one is like a preface, right?
Yeah.
Because the first one doesn't really matter, except setting up the story.
Yeah.
2, 3, and 4, that's like the Jason trilogy. Then 4, 5, and 6, that's like the Tommy Jarvis trilogy. Mm-hmm. Then 6, 7, and 8, that's like Zombie Jason. Then after that, you got
Space Jason.
Jason Goes to Hell, Space Jason, and Freddy vs. Jason. That's like the spin-off Jasons.
Yeah.
Because it's not like one series, it's like a bunch of little series.
And then nobody counts the Michael Bay.
No,
remake.
I always forget that exists.
I do
I turned
too.
it off like halfway through.
The Michael Bay produced one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't even know it existed, did you?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, 2009?
Well, it's like that new Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
I got about 15 minutes in. I was like, nope, can't do it.
Which with the
You're
one
not
with
Freddy,
Earl
motherfucker.
James or
Yeah.
whatever.
Who I love, who's a great actor.
But not, you
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, he's not Robert Englund.
And Robert Englund was also in.
Yeah.
I think I liked Friday the 13th 2 the best.
2's got the best heroine.
Because he's...
The blonde girl?
Yes,
That
but
lives.
he's the most
Yeah.
real, I think, in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one. He hasn't
absolutely.
died yet, so
Yeah.
you can believe this guy's running around
He's
in
not in
overalls.
By the time the third one comes
Dude, he
around.
takes an axe and machete to the
He
neck.
doesn't live because he wakes up in the morgue in 4. He doesn't die till the end of 4.
I thought the end of the third one is when he gets hung. Right?
Yeah, and then the axe to the head.
Axe to the head.
It's up there.
Yeah. And then he wakes up in the morgue.
Right.
Then Corey Feldman splits his head open. Fake Jason in 5, the retarded kid's dad,
Yeah.
is the fake Jason.
6 is when they go.
6, Zombie Jason. That's the beginning of Zombie Jason.
Yeah.
See, it's like a bunch. It's
Where
a bunch
Tommy
of
goes and they stab
Yeah.
the thing and it gets struck by lightning
Yeah.
and he comes back. And,
Right.
and then the one after that was the chick with the mental.
Yeah, Carrie versus Jason.
And then Jason...
That's got the best looking Jason in it. That Jason, the zombie Jason with you can see his spine and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
That Jason looks fucking badass.
Out of the water, yeah.
Yeah.
it was. But man, it was so dumb the way it ended.
Oh yeah.
God.
The dad comes out of the water.
Yeah.
Fuck you, dude. And just drags him back down like, the dad's just hanging out there? I don't want to fucking get it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking awful.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yes, but and I think 2 had the best girl.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And the best kill, the two having sex in the bed.
Yeah.
Takes the spear up.
Yeah.
That's good.
Which is taken from an old
And
Italian horror movie.
and which would never happen these days. The handicapped dude takes the
Yeah.
knife to the head.
Yeah, that's in 3.
Is that 3?
Yeah, because he goes down the stairs.
That's a 4, actually.
No, that's in 3.
Is it?
Yeah, he's at the top of the stairs. He goes, doo, 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 doo. The guy, because
Same shot. It's an eerily similar
Yeah.
shot to Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Right.
Same dude.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, I
like the
forgot about
asshole in
that.
the
Yeah.
fucking wheelchair. It's like
Franklin,
You're
the
such a-
least likable character ever.
of any movie.
Fuck
ever.
Franklin.
Take me out of Texas!
God damn.
Fuck Franklin.
Oh, I wanted him to die
He
so
said
bad.
Franklin!
I don't like this. I won't go home. Fuck you, fat boy.
Now, in Franklin's defense, he was right.
Yeah, he needed to get the
Whole
fuck out.
family of Draculas.
Yeah.
I feel like we just were here.
Seems like we were here like 2 days ago.
It seems like we were here like 2 days ago.
Weird.
Yes. I want to start.
Wait, Garrick, why don't you start?
I just watched I Spit on Your Grave, the revision. And Doug came in halfway through, and we watched he got to see all the revenge. He missed the rape part.
Well, so then he got the best version.
The coup de grace, yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to sit through the rape again.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, nobody likes to sit through the rape. Well, basically, I've been sick for 2 days since the last podcast that we had, and I got to catch up on all sorts of movies. And I had all these great ideas of talking about all the films that I watched, but then I went to Family Video earlier to record some ambience and talk to them about maybe possibly sponsoring the show, and ended up picking up I Spit on Your Grave. And I was working while I was watching it, and about 15 minutes in, I stopped working.
Right.
So, as bad as the movie may be, and as intense as it is, I like it. And what a better movie to watch during Death and Dismemberment month, right?
It's a good remake. I mean, a lot of times the modern remakes are pale in comparison, and I'm sure there are people out there that fucking hate this.
Oh, yeah.
There's people out there who hated the original.
Exactly,
so.
but fact of the matter is, if you had never seen the original and you just saw this movie, and you like horror movies, and if you can stomach some of the grotesqueness of it and the subject matter, it's good. I know that's kind of a fucked up, way to talk about it or think about it, but, if you can stomach the content and it's something that you're into, then I thought they did a pretty good job of it. Especially the last 35 minutes of it where she goes on her little spree. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah, and the way she avenges her rape is... Yeah. It's very smart. It's intelligent. They did a really good job, and I mean, spoiler alert: the final coup de grace is the best ever. Deeper,
yeah,
deeper. You got what you deserved, Sheriff. You got what you deserved.
Show me those teeth, show horse.
Yeah, show me those teeth, show horse. Very, very intense movie. In fact, so intense. I actually think that I watched the first one, but I think I'm going to go watch the first one too, since...
I've only seen the original.
Yeah, hashtag me too. We're talking about rapists. Let's do a rape block. You want to do that?
Let's
watch The Accused and I Spit on Your Grave and all these movies that are so hard to watch. Is it Revenge? Yeah.
Isn't that it?
The Accused rape is still probably...
Yeah.
It's pretty rough. That and Irreversible. There's no other.
Right.
Irreversible has to be the worst I've ever seen.
Right. Yeah.
As it sits.
Yeah.
And sits. Speaking of sits, Roma, minor masterpiece.
What does that mean?
It is a masterpiece. Now
it's a minor one.
It's a minor masterpiece, but I'm going to say this. This is what I'm going to say about Roma. We can get into deep discussion on that if it wins all those Oscars. It should win.
You mean when it does?
It should win foreign. It should not win Best Picture, but I'm going to tell you why it got so much press. Relatively unknown actors, and the stuff, the blocking and the technical stuff of this movie was fantastic. Like, those shots never cut.
I'm pretty sure I said that.
It is fantastic. I think the only thing that's lacking is there's just really not any stakes. I think the stake is her being pregnant, and then spoiler, like that whole baby scene is just like they sit on her, and all. It seems like everything in the background of this chaotic Mexico City is going on, and she's the focal point of every shot. And I think that's what I love. It's like every shot, every shot's like a painting. It's crazy. And then like the last scene with the beach where mom comes up and says, "Don't let them go out too far." This is all one shot.
Yeah, and
she walks all the way up, and then the camera goes all the way back, and then it goes into the ocean, and it keeps going and going and going. And all that was like one shot, and that was all these pans.
Looking through a camera like you do, that's... It's a fucking...
Technically, it's flawless.
And I'm pretty sure I said that.
Technically flawless.
Okay, well, let's not talk about the technicalities of it, and let's talk about the meat of the movie. What the fuck is it?
Right. It's
Did you give a fuck about one character or anything that was happening?
It was well, I did. I liked the maid. I liked Sela.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I did, but
That's fucking, of course.
but there really, you're like you said though, there really wasn't much going on. There's chaos. You know, the marriage had fallen apart.
It's just a story that I just don't care about.
You're right, but I know why it's getting so much press because it's flawed. It is really, besides the story arc, it's flawless, and that's it.
Okay.
We agree to disagree.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay, good.
There you go. This is the angriest agreement in the history of time.
So,
Fucking asshole.
so I spit on your grave. A+. Roma. A+. How does that work?
It doesn't.
It only works at Tales from the Video Store, baby.
Only
All right,
here.
well, that's it. I was giving my... I do want to announce, I was going to say something about True Detective. There's only 2 more shows. I know you haven't watched it, but there's a lot of people talking out there, and there's a lot of Twitter and a lot of miserable human beings out there sending memes out about True Detective Season 3 and how it's worse than Season 2. I'm going to put up my big one... True Detective essay on on season 1, 2, and 3 when this thing's over. You guys should check that out because if anybody thinks that season 3 of True Detective is anywhere close to season 2 of True Detective, you guys need to go back to school or you need to do something with your life. Your brain is not working.
Cool. I hope it's...
There's just so many people just hating, but it's really good. And it is slow,
Well,
but it is True Detective.
It can never be. See, that's what sucks, man. This guy made something that was fucking flawless.
The
to me, it's
first,
perfect.
yes.
And then to try and follow it up in a shortened amount of time, fail. Try and give him more time. It's still, I mean...
It's not one.
It's impossible for him. I mean, what the fuck are we talking about? Like...
You can't, that's what I'm saying, but you can't match up to the first season because of what he did with the first season.
Right. He should have
But
just
you have
probably
to
walked
understand.
away and
It's
just...
fine. We'll have, you know what, we will have this conversation. When you binge season 3, it's going to be done in two more Sundays and we're out. It's all coming together and it's completely different than season 2 and it's completely different than season 1. It's not even near like it's...
Good. I hope
it's completely different.
Good. I don't want the same thing because the same thing tells me that you're not trying. If it see, that's why I appreciated season 2. At least he tried to do something different, even though it didn't really work out in my estimation. Season 3, if he tries the same thing, something different, we'll see. At least he's trying.
He did, and the attempt
trying
is good. It's
something different.
It's very different and it's very slow. It took a little while, but it's starting at about the 5th episode, it really starts tying stuff up. And you'll see on Twitter, people are showing snails, and they're saying true.
Twitter.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of people out there doing exactly
Tweet
what they
that.
did.
Fuck you. How about that?
All right, well, season 2, there was a lot of that, too. All True Detectives
Fucking
stupid
cares,
and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, you guys are crazy, because
I don't
we're
give a
not
fuck.
even watching the same show.
Twitter handle, fuck you.
Okay. That's our Twitter handle, fuck
At
you.
suck my cock. Go fuck yourself, Twitter.
I think they've already got that.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm done then. I guess I suck.
Well, I mean, I thought that was established before.
We already
Go ahead,
did
Doug.
that. Yeah. All right. So, what are we going to talk about? Do you want to?
I don't want to talk about anything. You guys
Talk about what we watched.
We clearly don't agree on anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then shut
Dad,
the fuck up.
show me. Come on.
You would love
Talk about
this.
some more free movies you watch on your
Nah.
freaking girlfriend's Amazon account. Fuck off.
God, what a dick. Mad.
Yep.
So I wanted to watch something that was early 80s, like the movie that we had selected, our main movie that we watched. So I chose Dario Argento's 1980 Inferno. Mm-hmm. You had mentioned it the other day,
right?
And I thought, you know what, man, if I have seen this, and I'm not really sure that I had.
Right.
It had to have been early to mid 80s, and I don't remember anything about it.
Twitter handle, you're an idiot. Why would you waste money on that?
I didn't.
Oh, that's right. You waste your girlfriend's streaming money.
It's my money.
Okay, whatever.
It's all my fucking money. You know that, right? So, this is the follow-up to Suspiria.
Yes.
And you had made mention, you said, man, there's a lot going on and it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
And you were right.
Oh, yeah.
It is fucking just, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
It looks great.
It looks great.
It looks amazing.
It's got some
like
parts that are cool.
The hole in the floor, and there's like a...
Yeah.
It's full of water, and she goes down there and swims.
And it's like a whole floor.
The scene when the nurse turns into the Grim Reaper and she runs up to the mirror and hits it and it shatters, and there's like and I guess, I don't know, it was just a trick that they did, like, and it shatters and death is behind the mirror.
Yeah.
Like, it fucking looks amazing.
It's about, basically from what I could gather, it's about these books called The Three Mothers, and this woman who lives in this apartment building, it's next door to an antique store, and she buys this book from the guy that owns the antique store, and begins reading it and kind of gets into it and believes that, you know, one of these three mothers, which are they're supposed to be these witches that are eventually going to destroy the earth.
Right.
And in these books, it tells you how to destroy them. Mm-hmm. And her brother is in Rome, I believe.
Well, it's all Rome.
Right.
In the 80s, if you were an Italian film producer and it was supposed to be San Francisco,
New York,
Toronto, you shot it in Rome, and
Right.
the signs were in Italian. Who gives a shit?
So he's in Rome.
Right.
She writes him a letter and says, you know, I need you to come here.
Yeah.
There's a scene where they go to him and it's really weird. And basically, the way I look at this is it's just a bunch of nonsense bullshit. More than anything else.
Right.
And it's hard to follow. It overtly tries to be creepy and weird where maybe it's not necessarily creepy and weird in the moment, but it's like he just overtly tries to just drag you to this whatever fucking place he's trying to take you.
Right.
But like a lot of his other movies, I think, you know, there's a really cool story in there.
Oh, yeah.
I just can't find it.
Right.
You know, I looked, I just simply can't find it. The lunar eclipse and the rats eating that dude and then the hot dog guy coming and cutting his head off was fucking amazing.
Yeah. Everything looks great.
It does. I mean, for 1980, it looks great. It's just, I was just wanting it to end about 45 minutes before it did. It really kind of drags you to the end.
Well, let me give you a piece of advice.
Yeah.
Do not watch The Mother of Tears.
97, I saw it came out.
No, 2007.
Was it 2007?
Yeah.
That bad?
Yeah, it's very bad.
Well, did Asia direct it?
No, she's just in it. She's just,
Yeah, overall, man.
But they're all better than his version of Dracula.
Yeah.
Which, I can't explain it.
Nobody can.
It's like it opens with a scene where these two people having sex. And this,
shit in here.
like a girl who looks like she came out of a Frank Frazetta painting.
Yeah.
Just, perfect. And she's having sex with this guy who looks like he's about 90 pounds and looks like he's never seen a woman. Like when she's touching him, he's just like, "What's happening?"
No, don't touch me there.
And then, because when I first saw the trailer, there's a scene where Dracula's an owl. And it's just the owl's not moving. It's a CGI owl that sort of look like it's being pushed. It's stationary, but it's held through the air. No, it's moving. Yeah. But the wings aren't moving. And it goes, "Rah," and then turn. And that was the final shot. That wasn't like a previs.
Yeah.
That was just the shot in the movie. And at this point, I'm at Argento just like, I don't give a shit. I'm getting paid.
I think there was a lot of I don't give a shit in pretty much everything.
Yeah, I like his 70s stuff and really up to, and a couple things after. Like Tenebrae, I think is a really cool movie. Some of his other stuff. But yeah, you can tell when he doesn't give a shit. Because he's all types of just... whatever.
Well, and this, it's odd because I know he wrote it.
Yeah.
And, you would think that somebody who's writing it, above anything else, they're going to be able to tell it better than anybody else. I just feel like, like I said, there's something in here.
Yeah.
I think there's a really cool story. If somebody could get it and just take it away from him and do it, then it might be something worth watching.
Yeah.
But
it's just Italian nonsense.
him doing it was just fucking nonsense, for sure.
Right.
If you're a fan of his or a fan of that genre of movie, rent it.
Yeah.
If not, if you've never heard of Dario Argento, just don't fucking bother.
Yeah.
It's Alfonso Cuarón. It looks good, but it always looks good.
Yeah, but it's so infuriating because it's just like somebody walks in the room and then they just start stabbing people. It's like, what's happening?
Why?
It's like you had cue cards of the script and you just moved them around.
Yeah.
This is just happening. And it's just like, I don't get it.
Yeah, Maybe he was tripping his balls off.
He might have been.
Or, you know, or maybe he had a drug fetish, or maybe he was making movies for people who do. I don't know, but that's the way it seemed.
He was very Andy Warhol-ish, like, in his film approach.
Yeah, almost trying to be too artsy in certain
Yeah.
instances. And this was one for me. It's just too artsy.
Yeah.
Hour and 45 minutes, it felt like fucking 3 hours.
hours.
Man, it was
That's the Inferno.
Yeah.
It was the Inferno, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Suspiria.
Suspiria.
What's the other one again?
The third one is Mother of Tears.
That's right, Mother of Tears.
Yeah.
Which was made after.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well past his sell-by date.
Yeah, and I'm surprised and curious as to why he didn't try and do it earlier. Maybe he did. I don't know.
I don't know. He's such a weird dude. Like, I watched a documentary about him once. And literally the documentary starts with him, like, turned to side, like he's holding, like, a mirror, like an old lady mirror, just looking into it. It's like, who is Dario Argento? And then he just turns to the camera and starts just talking in Italian about all this stuff and about... He has this thing in his idea in his mind about the death orgasm. Yeah. And, which people... There are movies where women do get stabbed.
Yeah.
You know, in places. And it's just... He's a very odd dude.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
And he makes odd movies.
But
they look really good.
He did suck. Hey, he did give Romero the money to make Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he was the guy. Nobody else was doing that. He was like, you should just make... Here's $1 million. Make a movie.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so what else did you watch?
That's it.
That's it? I watched...
That left a bad taste in your mouth. You didn't want to watch anything. Oh, wait. We did another podcast yesterday.
I didn't have any fucking time.
Oh, that's right.
Ran out of time.
I watched a movie called... called The Last King. It's the big red-headed guy from Game of Thrones in it.
Yeah.
And it takes place in like the 12th century. And it's a Norwegian movie. And... Like, the king has been killed. It's based on a true story, loosely. The king has been killed, and he didn't have any heirs, or male heirs. So, like, these other people, like, basically Denmark and the Catholic Church have conspired to basically sort of appoint a puppet king and all this stuff. Well, unbeknownst to them, he had a mistress who had a male son. And the baby has this, like, medallion that only the king can have.
Right.
And so the red-headed guy from Game of Thrones and this other guy are basically tasked with getting They have to get the baby to the castle before this other king can be coronated.
I see.
And it was really interesting because I've never seen a medieval like action movie where people ski before. Like, they have these sort of rudimentary skis, but they're using their spears as like the ski pole.
Yeah.
And they're going down these mountains and they're like shooting arrows at one another and stuff. And it was really well done. And the thing I liked about the movie is the goriness and like the intenseness. It increased with the tension of the movie. So at the beginning of the movie, it's not that violent a movie. But by the time they're like a mile from the castle, arrows are going into eyes, people getting their heads cut off, and just they're basically passing this baby back and forth while, you know, people are just dying everywhere. And it was, like I said, I don't know if I'd watch it again, but it was a really well done movie.
What's the year?
2015?
Seems familiar, man. I've seen that big redheaded dude in something like that.
Yeah, you probably passed the, like...
Is it on the free girlfriend streaming channels?
I don't believe it is. I read it a physical copy. I went to the big time video outlet.
Damn.
Nice.
But that was also the only thing I watched.
Well, I've been laid out. I watched a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm just going to leave it at that. In fact, I was actually going to save Roma for... closer to the Oscars, but, you know.
It was a minor masterpiece.
It really was. Like, not story-wise. You're right, man. I 100% agree with your review.
I just
know.
I don't fucking care.
Right.
About a fucking pregnant, knocked up fucking maid in Mexico City. I don't fucking give a shit.
From a filmmaker's point of view, I would have loved to have figured out how he did it. How much was CGI and how much was actual like blocking and cute. Like when they
beautiful.
When they go in to look at that crib, and 1 minute they're walking in, you see them, and the whole movie, everything is panned.
Right.
Everything are these long like master shots.
Yeah.
And they just pan slow into different action, man. And they come up. They establish the scene. They're driving up to the furniture company or the furniture store, and there's a riot going on in the streets. They come into the furniture store, and then suddenly the riot becomes violent, and while all this crazy, like, or all this like calmness here is going on, he just slowly pans through the window, and you see like thousands of people in the road, and the police start shooting and gunning, and I'm like, that's amazing, like how just having to do that and then set that shot up for a second and third one. Oh, dude, I couldn't even imagine.
Right.
I don't. All right, whatever.
It sounds amazingly well done, but it also sounds unbearable.
Fair enough.
Like I would,
I mean, it's like it's very similar to Phantom Thread to me. They're beautiful movies. I just don't give a fuck about either one of them.
All right,
but I'll give you this, okay? So you'll shut the fuck up. If I had to choose between the two, of course I would pick to watch Phantom Thread again. I think it's a better movie. All right, it's about a fucking
I would too.
The dressmaker over the fucking
Woodcock. Get it right.
Woodcock.
It's Woodcock.
Yeah, Woodcock.
I bet it is. I don't know what that means.
All right. Well, we're just moving on. We didn't get to watch much. We apparently are disagreeing today.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here mostly silent.
Yeah, well,
I'm just enjoying you guys bitching.
That's a good fucking thing for us.
I know, right?
All right. Well, you got the intro.
All right. The movie tonight is Dead and Buried from 19.
We're not news. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Or we could just really get into the movie tonight.
we'll do
How bad it sucked too. Oh no.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh well. What about the panning? You fucking douchebag.
And my fucking cock.
Oh, good. We got some fucking news.
Yeah. One of the main things.
Get that coffee together.
All right. Yeah, coffee together. All right. Part of the main story of this movie is thing I sent you about James Cameron saying eventually all movies will be made by AI. Now, was he saying written by AI or just like computer generated? Basically, there'll be.
Who fucking knows?
Yeah.
Well, we talked about this.
Yeah.
We talked about this 2 days ago. Now there's a protocol. Here's this
Just-
playbook.
basically
Here's
just
the protocol.
automating it.
Here's the automation of the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see
Now, the
that.
best thing he said in the interview was, he's like, don't go to film school right after high school. He's like, because you don't know shit. He's like, wait till you're in like your mid-20s. He's like, go get a job, then go to film school. He's like, when you're 18, you ain't got a fucking thing to make a movie about.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Amen to that.
I was like, damn, James Cameron were making some sense. Then he starts talking about computers writing movies. I was like, oh, for a second, he was 1984 James Cameron. Yeah. It was like his mind. He's like, he became that guy again. And then all of a sudden, he was like, oh, wait, I'm an asshole. Yeah. And, you know.
You know what? I probably agree, man, that it sooner or later, it'll be data. They'll input the data, what people want to see.
Just an algorithm.
And then, an algorithm will spit out a script and it'll get made. And that's it. That's really how
Fast and the Furious 45.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, I don't disagree with that one bit. 100%.
Unfortunately, probably true. But he's, I mean, for a guy who's not making, I guess is he shooting Avatar 2? Who knows?
Fuck, he's been shooting it for 10
No, he
years.
hasn't been shooting it. He's just.
What are they? Aren't they doing 2, 3, and 4 like all at the same time?
Yeah.
And that's what's taking so long. Didn't I see that?
Right. So they just started shooting recently. But also, he's going to produce. He's producing the new Terminator, which will just be his 3. Like everything besides.
I was hoping
he hasn't done anything since Avatar, right?
No.
That was the last movie he directed.
And he said he's going to do another Aliens.
Yeah, he said a lot of things.
And Neil Blomkamp, the guy did tons of movies. Apparently, he's going to direct it, and so he's still active. And it's like, I don't know, it's weird. It's like he wants to be that James Cameron that people love, and he also still wants to be like Avatar James Cameron, who's just, I don't know,
beyond.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's trying to be like, he's trying to be like
beyond.
Yeah.
After he did Titanic, it was like he doesn't, and now he can't just make a movie. I'd be great to see him watch it, see him do I Spit on Your Grave.
No, I wish. Well,
low budget,
Or just a simple movie,
or just give him like just take $20 million.
Yeah, not 120.
You just like I rewatched the first Terminator. It's so good.
Oh, it's so good.
It's almost.
It's really good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And
were you getting ready to say almost flawless?
That's pretty much false.
I think it is. It's
pretty close.
It's pretty close.
Yeah. I mean, people will talk shit about Arnold, but he does nothing in that movie. And there's a lot of actors who couldn't do that. Like, he emotes zero. And and Aliens. Like I rewatch Aliens, and then I look at other like sci-fi action movies. I'm like, get that shit out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved Alien.
Oh, I do too.
But it doesn't hold a candle to
Aliens is so good.
It's maybe my favorite sci-fi movie of all time.
Yeah.
It holds up its fucking
It really does.
money, dude.
I mean, there's stuff in that.
About 6 months ago.
We got on my night job, my ACC job. Everybody says, "Okay, this is what's coming out at halftime. Everybody, stay frosty."
Yeah.
Where you get that from?
Yeah.
How many times do I go, put her in charge?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Game over, man.
Game over, man.
Oh, yeah.
Game over. That movie is a trademark of mine.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, it really is.
It's so good.
It's fueled. It's perfect.
Yeah, it really I think Aliens is pretty much a perfect movie.
It's as close as
Game over, man.
you're gonna get.
Yeah.
It really is.
And yeah, who would have thought the guy who directed Piranha 2 would just turn out to be the man?
Yeah.
Well, but he needs to, like you just said, he needs to make something. He
Yeah,
needs
really.
to take $10 million and make a road movie. Something cool, something
Yeah.
simple, where people are like, hey, James Cameron, he can make Titanic.
Yeah.
He can make Avatar. He
Yeah.
can make...
Well, I'm afraid by the time the second Avatar comes out, the actors are going to be 15 years older.
Yeah,
like,
it's
what are you doing?
Nobody's going to care, and there's
Yeah.
no momentum. I don't
Yeah.
even... Was Avatar any good?
I only saw it once.
I saw it once.
So then it wasn't any good.
I
Because
enjoyed
watched
it.
Titanic.
I did not really enjoy it.
I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like, oh man, that's the best thing ever.
No.
I was just like, all right, cool.
I've
whatever.
watched Aliens over 100
Oh,
times.
yeah.
Terminator.
I've seen
and
T2.
Terminator 2.
I've seen T2. I got to be 100 times. I'll say 100 times easy.
I watched
Yeah.
Titanic's up in the third.
My mom took me to see T2 when I was 11 in the theater, and even like I remember she was like, that was a really good movie. Like even my mom was like, because I would always get a movie for Christmas, like a VHS tape, and I had that, and it had the red eye and everything, and I remember putting it. I was just opening it. I wasn't even paying attention to Christmas. I was just like, up to the VCR and start playing. And my older sister, who's super religious, went in the house and was like, "You're all fucking dead." She was like, "What are you watching?" I was like, "Oh yeah, Christmas." Like I'd completely forgotten that it was all. I was just watching Terminator 2. And I was like, yeah. Like I love it so much.
Yeah, and Titanic is even Titanic, man.
Yeah.
So do something is...
Yeah, so do something.
Get off your ass, Cameron.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, stop talking about
Stop
AI.
talking about your bullshit. Get off your fucking throne and make a fucking movie that we can see and pick apart.
Because the last cool thing that I think you did, or the last uncool thing I think you did, was get up at the Oscars after you won like 10 for the Titanic and went, "I'm the king of the world." Yeah, well, prove it.
Well, the last cool thing he did was True Lies, but that's a whole other situation.
That was before.
To Titanic, yeah.
Yeah.
I said the last cool movie he made was True
yeah.
Lies.
And it was cool. It is cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the last Arnold movie. Too,
Yeah.
I think it's the
The last movie
where
when he was
like
original
still-
recipe Arnold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten into
Yeah.
this new and improved, like the stuff he's done post Governor.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of it. I don't think.
Some of it's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't avoided it because he's in it. I just haven't
Seen it. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Haven't stuff.
Like
But,
Mandy or something, didn't there? What is it?
that
Martha?
zombie movie he's in. What is that?
Mama?
I hear he's really good at it. Like his daughter gets this like zombie
It's not
virus.
Mandy.
I
That's
saw something.
And, what is I
God. It starts with
Emma?
Emma. Something
Emma.
like
That's
that.
it's something like that.
I mean, I'll look it up.
Yeah.
But yes,
I hear
where
he's
his-
really good at it.
where his daughter is.
He's got like a zombie virus, and he's got to
Yes.
do some
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and he keeps saying he's going to make the third Conan.
Maggie.
Maggie.
Well,
That's
that's
what
why
it is.
we
I
can't
knew it was some.
I've deleted that
I
word.
deleted
from,
that word from
my
your
fucking brain.
existence.
Sorry.
But yeah, he keeps saying he's going to make the third Conan, but your time's running out.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit old. He's getting up there.
Yeah.
And then he did that one like reality show, like where he
Reality
was.
show?
Yeah, it was like an assassin movie.
He did one.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that movie.
And it's called, but he's
Killing Gunter.
Gunter. Yeah,
I didn't see that.
But it's filmed like it's filmed like a documentary, but it's about hitmen and they're.
He's like the number one, and they're trying to knock
It's
him
like
off.
Best of Show and Spinal Tap. That's how they
Yeah.
they run it.
Right. But yeah, I mean, I would like him just to make one more great movie because I love Arnold.
Oh, I do too.
You know,
I do too.
and but anyway,
I don't know what the right role would be
I
for
don't
him
know.
at this age, really. You know.
yeah, that's true.
Hard
That's
to
true.
kind of find a place for him.
Another story was the Devil in the White City, which DiCaprio was on the rights to the book for years.
Yes.
And apparently it's not going to be a movie. Now it's going to be a TV show on Hulu.
On Hulu. I'm going to have to get Hulu.
And it's a...
Leonardo and Martin Scorsese, the TV show?
Oh, yeah.
Come on, dude.
The story is... Yeah.
You're out of your mind. Everything that Leonardo and Scorsese have done, you've liked. Don't sit here and...
But if it's not good enough to make a movie of,
why
should I be?
It's not that. It's just get
excited about a TV show.
The book is H.H. Holmes, who was, they say, America's first serial killer, but nobody really knows. And
I think they want to go more in depth into like the murder castle and everything. And
that dude was fun.
And I think it was just too much information to put, because it's a detailed story.
Kind of like the Dark Tower. They tried to put the Dark Tower in an hour and 45 minutes.
Which there's going to be a Dark Tower TV show on Amazon.
Oh, that must be better.
But I'll tell you a show that I just read, the Creep Show TV show that's going to be on Shudder.
Yes.
It's going to have like scripts by Stephen King's son, Joe Lansdale.
Yes.
And like they're all, but it's not just like they're based on actual short stories. Like they're they're adapting.
Get rid of your cable, folks.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really no reason.
Fair enough.
I mean, there really is no reason, with the exception of HBO, and now you can do HBO through Amazon. For like $5.
Exactly.
I only have cable for live action sports.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much.
And
that's soon. ESPN's coming up with that.
Oh, there'll be an app
with the ACC channel. You can get ACC games and basketball game ESPN for another $5.
Oh yeah. Or just get a Roku. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But that's pretty much all the news I had. Not
that's
much.
exciting stuff.
Oh yeah.
Anything Scorsese and
absolutely.
Leonardo, I'm in.
Yeah, Scorsese's a man.
Yeah. Well, anything's better than No, you know what? I'll tell you what. Fuck you both for making me watch that movie this week.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, hold on. We haven't got there yet. So let's talk about the movie.
Let's calm the fuck down before you end up dead and buried out in the back fucking
That's
yard.
right. You know who missed you? Fucking nobody.
Maybe not. Then maybe my hands would crack up, and I'll act like what was that movie?
Yeah. It was a cool ass movie.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Really?
Were you in a fucking flu coma? I mean,
I
honestly thought you would have liked this.
Yeah.
Really? What was good?
Everything.
What?
The whole story is fucking awesome.
Yeah. Okay, let's get it.
The mortician?
Yeah, I'll get
You
there.
lost your fucking mind. He was awesome.
Yeah, hold on. We're gonna
get into it,
We're gonna get into it.
Rewind. Hold on. Let me push the rewind button.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Now tell me how good this movie is.
Thanks, douchebag. The movie this week is Dead and Buried from 1981, directed by Gary Sherman, who we also covered his film Vice Squad.
Yep.
And did you start thinking about Roma again? I'm actually amazed you could actually watch Dead and Buried, because I don't know how you see a movie with your head up your own ass.
Oh,
it's all right. I mean, it almost seems physically impossible.
It takes talent.
I mean, really. But anyway, so it's a story. The thing I would compare it most to is in the 90s there were 2 Tales from the Crypt movies when the show was really popular.
Yep.
This is the best Tales from the Crypt movie ever, even though it's not related to the show.
Right.
But it feels like a feature-length episode of Tales from the Crypt, and it feels like an old horror comic.
Yeah.
And it's about a guy, sheriff of his hometown. And
of Pointer's Bluff.
Potter's Bluff.
Whatever.
All right, and he'd been a police officer, in San Francisco or some big city, because it takes place on the coast of California. And he comes back to his hometown, and
are they in California?
It's supposed to be
It's
California.
like Jaws with
I wasn't sure. It looked
it kind
of has the look of like
New England,
or Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be
a bigger camera. I mean, that was John. That was the Amity. Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Are you done?
Shut your cocksucker, Lane.
Good. Oh, good. Explain the dismal.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I believe you would shut up. I'm trying to.
Come on, get the coffee to go. What's wrong with you?
Get your
Get
coffee.
the fucking marbles out of your mouth.
Anyway, so and also, if you've not seen this movie, go ahead and just skip ahead 20 minutes or go watch it, because there's really no way to explain it without ruining the plot.
Sure there is.
Shut the fuck up. And basically, how would you explain it?
It is a
piece of shit wrapped inside a piece of shit.
like there are different people who enter this town, and
Right.
it is a very small town. I mean,
Like Mayberry.
Probably less than 100 people live there.
Yeah.
Total.
Yeah.
And these,
Like a village almost.
Yeah, these strangers that come into this town have these encounters with the town folk.
Yeah.
That
At first seemed very nice.
they seem super nice,
Yeah.
but they are not so
No.
nice. And ultimately, it's these out of towners trying to stay alive,
Right.
against these really nice town folk.
Yeah.
And you don't really understand the underlying why or kind of what's going on. You know there's a reason for it, which I don't really want to get into because it will kind of
Right.
muck up the movie.
Basically, when someone dies, they then become a townsperson. Like someone gets killed, and
These guys, listen. Do you hear these guys? They're trying to they can't even explain
I don't wanna ruin
the
the fucking
movie.
plot,
You can't
cocksucker.
even explain it. That's how stupid it is. You can't even explain.
Okay, all right. Okay. Explain the movie here.
No,
What is it?
The townsfolk
Yeah.
are killing outsiders
Right.
and bringing them back looking better than ever.
Right.
That's
And they also have like new personalities,
yeah. They are
and they seem to have lived there for years. Like if you got killed, you would show up and you would be working at the gas station.
their memories. They don't necessarily
Right.
have memories or previous lives. Although I guess in their whatever kind of brain you want to call it,
Right.
They do have memories,
Yeah.
but they don't have actual memories.
Right. Yeah.
The cinematography in it's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I thought the editing is bad.
Right.
There were some pretty poor editing parts.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
yeah.
But I will say this about it.
Yeah.
While I was researching the movie a little bit,
that's
I saw
actually
shut the
something-
fuck up. I saw a 2013 interview with Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
Talking about it. And when this movie came out, he was under the age of 18 or
Yeah.
whatever it took to get into movie theaters.
Yeah.
And he had fashioned a fake
Mustache.
to get into this movie. He didn't go to the movie and he said this. He said I knew that 90% of the people who were in the theater with me went to go see this movie because it was by the creators of Alien or
Right.
producers or whatever.
Yeah.
He said I went there because I saw Raw Meat.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see Gary Sherman.
Yeah.
He's like, because I knew I was impressed with how good of a director he was, and I mean he was a child at that point.
Yeah.
I just thought it was cool, you know.
Yeah.
And he was like, look, like go see it. It's a
Yeah.
fucking awesome movie, and it is.
And Guillermo has basically asked Gary Sherman if he wants to make another movie. Basically said, if you want to make a movie,
Yeah.
I will produce it. And I think he had a lot of like tech patents in the 80s because he was a recording producer, like in the 60s and 70s.
He's loaded, dude.
Yeah, he doesn't need money.
No.
He works a lot. He actually works a lot with like prisoners and stuff, like like sort of prison ministry almost. And I don't think he gives a shit anymore. The thing that was supposed to make him a big movie director was Poltergeist 3. And when the little blonde girl from the movie died halfway through, he went to MGM. He's like, we can't finish the movie. And they basically said, you finish the movie or we'll sue you into non-existence because then you'll be.
Yeah,
You'll
breach a contract.
Breach a contract.
Yeah.
And so basically the movie got finished with like a midget in a wig running around in pajamas because you just see her from the back.
Yep.
And he's like, there's a lot of cool like shots in the movie,
fuck yeah,
like a
there
lot
are.
of in-camera stuff. But
In that mirrored hotel.
Yeah, the mirrors, it looks great.
Yeah.
But I think that's sort of just after that he was like, I have money. Why am I doing this? for?
Understandably.
Yeah, exactly. But Dead and Buried, like, there's really no way to talk about it without ruining the script. Basically, the corner of the town, Grandpa Joe from fucking Willy Wonka,
from Willy Wonka.
is like basically somehow he has figured out he's like a sorcerer almost.
How to
I guess
bring
the dead back to life, and because when someone dies, like I've had people like I know die in car wrecks, and they look amazing.
Yeah, the
And he just-
mortician's work that they've done.
and so basically, he has everyone in town. And basically, he's God,
Yeah.
And he can command. They do whatever he wants. And so basically, this town is like a play
Yeah.
for them to, And I think some people know they're dead, and some people don't in the movie. And
Maybe towards the end,
towards
for
the end.
sure.
Right? And then I think, like you said, he can kind of like he can hit rewind,
Yeah.
and start it all over again.
Yeah.
And there's really no telling in the movie at the end of the movie how many times this has happened. Like how many times has such and such figured out they were dead.
Yeah.
You know, like
how many backstories has he had?
Exactly.
How many jobs have they had?
right?
Who
Like
knows?
I mean, like you know,
Like Freddie,
Dan, Dan the sheriff. He might have been like the school principal 2 years ago.
yeah.
You know, it's almost like a role playing game.
Because he explains it like they
Yeah.
have no memory.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's like they even have the memory I give them.
Exactly.
And dude,
It's
like,
weird,
and
dude, it's cool.
He what's the guy who played Grandpa Joe?
What's his name?
Yeah,
Jack Alberts.
Jack Alberts. He had when they were making the movie in pre-production. He
Hobbs.
Hobbs. Yeah, he found out he had cancer, and Gary Sherman was like, "Do you want to do the movie, or do you want to?" He's like, "I'm fucking doing the movie."
Yeah.
He's like, I've been acting for 60 years. He's like, I'm not fucking bailing out.
Yeah.
And he's like, basically, he would rather do a movie than sit in a hospital and die.
His character was the best fucking
Yeah.
thing about this movie. The
Oh,
only
yeah.
other thing that I took from this movie that I really enjoyed was Melody Anderson.
Yeah.
Who was Dale, the love interest of Flash Gordon.
Oh, yeah.
The year before. I always thought she was sexy.
Oh yeah.
And that was the girl at the beginning that said, "Hey."
No, not the titty girl.
No.
The wife?
The wife.
Oh, she was so pretty.
And that movie was full of hot ass.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Well, like I said, it's like the Hobbs is basically. There's no telling how many people he's disposed of that just
Yeah.
weren't good enough. Like
Yeah.
the hitchhiker girl who gets her face crushed. I've read some reviews where like, why would you crush your face? It's like so he can bring her back.
Yeah.
because it shows how talented he is. Because basically he's
the
just
whole part with
Yeah.
her stripping down to the
Yeah,
skull.
which those
and
are
then
Stan Winston's
reconstruct-
hands.
That was awesome.
yeah, like him and Stan Winston and Gary Sherman just figured out like those are all Stan Winston's hands, and like guy played Hobbs, Jack Alberts. He basically instructed Stan Winston how to move like him.
Yeah.
Like when he does the little hand motion at the end, that
Yeah.
looks like something he would do.
Oh, of course.
And it's really now when I go back, like it's the only like super violent horror movie I think because Stan Winston he mainly did like the Predator, Terminator. He was like a big sci-fi special effects artist, unlike Tom Savini who did like gore and stuff.
I just thought it was cool, man.
Yeah, this is really the only like horror movie that he ever did like that. Especially once he got like Terminator and he was.
And is it a horror movie?
It's
Would it be classified as a horror movie?
like I said, it's basically like I think so.
Yeah, I guess
A dark fantasy, I guess you'd say. I really don't know.
It's more it's like a
Drama.
dream.
I
Yeah.
think
It's like an
dark.
episode of the fucking Twilight Zone.
Yeah, it really.
Yeah,
is.
it
I
really is.
love.
Yeah.
I fucking love the Twilight Zone.
I know. But
Yeah.
I knew that I was going to like this movie about halfway through.
Yeah.
And I kind of knew where it was going. I'm like, Grandpa Joe is fucking pulling
Oh, yeah.
strings on
You-
this
yeah.
shit. Like, I know what's fucking going on. I had a feeling that the sheriff was already fucking dead.
Well, that's the bad thing about when you see a movie, when you watch a lot of movies, you'll notice character actors. And it's like when you watch Law and Order. If Ed Begley Jr. is the baker,
You're like,
he fucking did it.
he's going to play a role in it.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure,
You know,
yeah.
So it's kind of bad when you recognize actors like that because they just can't be. They wouldn't. Otherwise, they would just have some schmo.
I mean, it was predictable,
Yeah.
like I said, but I still really loved it.
But I don't think you're supposed to be like, oh my god, at the end. Like it's not like The Sixth Sense or where it's almost like I said, it's like a.
No, but I mean, I'm sure that there were people at that time that watched it that were like,
Right.
holy fuck. Like,
But
at
you
the
gotta
end,
know something
you
weird's coming. I mean, you can't be like, oh fuck, I can't believe everybody was dead. I mean,
In 81? Maybe not.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like.
But when the guy gets burned alive in the car and he's the skeleton screams, oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And then he's in the full body cast, and then the hot nurse comes in and stabs him with the eye, with the syringe. And then 5 minutes later, he's working at the gas station pumping gas. You can't be like, yeah, that could happen. You know something weird. I mean, so it can't be that much of a shock.
No, but I enjoyed it.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I really do.
So fuck you, Garrick.
Yeah.
You fucking
Yeah, that's in my opinion.
Actually, no one needs your opinion.
Oh, I didn't. Good. Let's move it on then.
No. What did you think? Seriously?
No, really. All jokes aside, it was okay.
Right.
I'm on the stories thing. I knew what was going on. Like you said, that was
Right.
when I knew something was going on.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen that movie a gazillion times. Doesn't matter if you're like, well, that was 1980, so it was the first one. I've seen that a gazillion times.
What is another movie you've seen like that?
I don't remember.
Exactly.
So.
Ironclad argument, Garrett.
Well, no, I'm talking about like just the whole like undead, bringing them back.
Right.
I mean, it was
But
all right. It was a little
It's
slow.
not about the undead, though.
Look, maybe
It's
I
about
should-
the guy controlling them.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
you're right.
basically being like the puppet master. The fact that they're dead.
I tell you one thing. The first time, I wasn't shocked that the sheriff had been dead the entire time.
No, and I kind of
But
called it.
when Hobbs is giving him, he's like embalming himself,
The Sixth Sense.
and he's just fucking putting the fuck The Sixth Sense. He's just putting the lipstick on, and he's got the music playing. I was like, I remember the first time watching it, I was like, I fucking love this movie.
Well, when he
the
first
guy's
showed
embalming
up, when he
himself.
first showed up,
Yeah, and he's got the big band music
and
playing.
he's like, put the blanket down. He's got his jams on. And he's like, put the blanket down so I can get down.
I love
here
that he drives around with a full-size record player in his car.
That used to be a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. A buddy of mine used to have a car that had a record player.
Yeah.
Back in the olden times.
Yeah.
But, hey, it's a fucking rent for sure.
Oh, yeah.
If you have not heard of this movie, and you like anything that we have discussed ever,
You
on
like
this
weird
show,
horror movies.
yeah, then this is going to be for you for sure.
Right.
It doesn't play like it doesn't play like a new movie, but it doesn't play like a movie from 1980. I mean, it's completely different than what's the fucking other piece of shit I watched? Inferno.
Right.
You know,
See, that's what this is.
similar time period, but man, I really enjoyed one and I really hated
See, this
the
is
other.
like a nightmare in a good way.
Yeah.
Like, because when you have a nightmare, you're never scared. Everything's just off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you just like when you have a weird dream. It's just you almost know you're. It's like that's kind of how the movie is. Like everybody's in a dream.
Yeah.
You know,
That's that's how it felt about halfway through to
Right.
the end. It was like, man, what is this real? Like,
right. When they find the heart in the drawer, it's like, yeah, you know something's up.
Yeah.
But anyway, I give Rent for sure. I love this.
For sure. Fuck Garrick.
Yeah.
He's a stupid fucking.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now, see, had the sheriff been a maid, and there was a dressmaker, it'd be fucking Rent for sure.
Yeah, of course.
Cool. You got a
And
video?
had there been more panning.
If his name would have been Woodcock.
My first movie is a movie you've already mentioned. Gary Sherman's first movie, Raw Meat. Mm-hmm. And it is, it's inspired by the same story that The Hills Have Eyes is inspired by, the story of Sawney Bean, who was in like the 16th century, was a cannibal in Scotland. But in this, like 120 years ago, when England was first building tunnels and bridges and things, they just used to import just Irish people. Mm-hmm. That was, that was basically like cheap labor. And when they were first building subway tunnels, you would have cave-ins. And in this movie, like the 1880s, there was this huge cave-in, and women at that time were used to carry the dirt out. And they actually would have 2-3 buckets on their shoulder. Yeah. And so 100-something years ago, there was this cave-in, and all these people were trapped in these tunnels. So cut to 100 years later, their descendants, one descendant is left, and his mate has died. His sister/wife has died. And he makes his way out to London. And the only thing he can say is mind the doors, because that's what they say in England, before subways take off. So that's the only words he knows. And basically he's searching for a mate. So in a way, it's like he's a very sympathetic monster. In a way, even though it's 2 years before the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it deals with like cannibalism, things like that.
Right.
Sort of. And it's just, it's for a first movie, it's really cool.
That was his first. Right?
Yeah, that was his first. But before that, he made music documentaries. Like he made a documentary about Bo Diddley and stuff because he was a recording engineer, and then just got into recording like musicians.
And I guess his look was so good, people were like, "Hey, you want?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Fade into black.
Yeah.
The street comes alive.
The neon slime. Fucking love him, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 2 for 2 as far as I'm concerned.
Oh yeah.
What do you got to say, crack?
You know what? I have nothing to say because you guys will just interrupt me and fucking.
Oh wait a minute! We interrupt you?
Yeah.
Wait, the guy who burped into the microphone like 20 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cunt.
All right, cool.
All right. So what was that?
That's it.
Okay.
Oh, that was your pick?
Yeah.
Your video?
Yeah.
Raw meat, baby.
Oh, yeah, that was on our list at one point in time to watch. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess it's time for the All Bathwater Showdown. Hashtag me too, baby. We got Sarah Butler, Jennifer from I Spit on Your Grave versus Matilda Anna Ingrid Lutz from Revenge. It's Jen character. Who kicks the most ass after being raped and left for dead?
Are you asking?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to ask Facebook. You guys have anything? Yeah, Twitter handle. I hate everything. I'm miserable.
Twitter handle. Fuck yourself.
Hey, I got some cool. Here's some cool news. Now, it's not really like the coolest because it'd be the coolest if we were doing the show on this date. Right. But February 12th, 1993, our movie for next week,
Yep,
Dead Alive, actually premiered today.
Nice.
today. Our next show will be Dead Alive, and it premiered this day, 1993.
Sure did.
Little Peter Jackson action.
Speaking of directors who used to make cool movies.
Yeah, whatever happened to him?
Just made a bunch of movies with dwarves walking up the side of a mountain.
I'm fine with those, man.
Mortal
It's just
Engine.
whatever this after. I don't.
Mortal Engines.
They on Fridays at work they play a movie in the
commissary.
in the lunchroom. They were playing the King Kong remake like 3 weeks ago, and I was just like, this is the most boring thing because literally during my entire lunch break, my entire 30 minutes, they were on the boat, and I was just like, I'm not even going to see the big monkey.
Yeah, I fucking hated that.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I hated all the Hobbit movies.
Yeah,
and I've read nothing but just scathing remarks about this. What's it called?
Mortal Engines.
This Mortal Engines.
Yeah, which he only produced.
I thought he directed.
I thought he directed it
because it had about a 6 week.
They're using his name a lot of them.
6 week run at the movie theaters, and then was pulled quickly.
Yeah, and it lost a lot of money.
Oh, it looks pricey.
Yeah,
You know.
He speaking of which, he has actually talked about making another horror movie. We'll go into this more next week.
I hope he does.
Yeah.
I'd like to see what he can do.
I would too.
Yeah.
But we'll go into that next week.
Did you guys see the live action Aladdin trailer?
What was up with that?
I don't know, man. It looks so good up until Will Smith and Blue.
He looks so weird. Listen, hey, God bless Guy Ritchie. I hope he makes $1 zillion.
I love Guy, but he's kind of fallen off lately.
Yeah, but
it had every shot, every establishing shot, every shot that they established from the animated show was great.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that looks so good. The cave, everything.
Yeah.
And then Will Smith comes out, and then he's like, yo, it's like the Fresh Prince of freaking...
Yeah. He looked so
Oh,
weird.
yeah, and that's what it looked like.
He
That's
looked
what it looked like.
Oh, yeah.
He looked like the Fresh
I
Prince.
was like, that was
genie.
not $100 million well spent right there. Because at least 20 went to Will. And let's say 80 went to making him CGI. And I was like, oh.
I heard some bad things about it, but I haven't.
I can't say anything bad about the movie. There's not enough to see. But at first glance, and it's funny.
It looks like if, those movies like Funny People where they make little clips from fake movies that'll just obviously look terrible.
Yeah.
It looks like if Will Smith was in one of those movies where he played a movie star, they would have a clip of him as the genie.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's we'll see though. I mean, we might have missed something. This was just the introduction. It's just the introduction. What other movie are you looking forward to?
Next movie I'm looking forward to?
Dead Alive.
I'm talking about speaking of James Cameron, I mean, Alita opens Friday at the Golden Ticket, man. Anybody excited about going to see that? Robert Rodriguez and James Cameron, you're not excited?
No.
It's been pushed back for like a year.
Why does she have a CGI face? And
that was James Cameron's idea.
Looks normal. Immediately, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, because all the bad
James Cameron insisted on the big
wanted her to look
because the eyes.
Yeah.
Because in the anime,
Right.
But all the bad guys that she fights, I think most of them are
they're all CGI.
CGI.
Yeah.
It's Robert Rodriguez. Everything's CGI that you
Yeah.
see. He shoots in a big green screen room and puts everything in afterwards.
And that's the guy who made From Dusk Till Dawn. It's craziness.
The last good movie he made.
Yeah.
Then he made a whole bunch of money off Spy Kids, and that was it.
I'm cashing out. Yeah. Or what was Once Upon a Time in Mexico? He tried to
That
jump back
was
in
okay.
it.
It had some cool parts.
It had
Did we
some
watch
cool
that
parts.
in the theater? Did
Yeah.
you and I go?
Yeah.
That was with Johnny Depp with his eyes. That was good.
It had some parts.
Yeah.
But all in all, it was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'm a Mexican, not a Mexicant. That's all I remember of that movie.
Yeah.
And Johnny Depp walking around with no eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Machete was pretty bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Machete.
Yeah.
I figured that was in your top 10. Fucking cocksucker.
All right. This has been a confrontational episode.
Everybody's mad.
Yeah.
No, it's fun.
I'm not mad.
It's fun, man. I love everybody.
Okay, cool. Well, since I don't have any more opinions to be interrupted, I guess we'll call this one. Thanks for listening. Oh, you know what?
Maybe have opinions worth not interrupting.
That's fine.
That makes sense.
Good. Outro us. I'm good. I'm just going to sit right here. We can just sit here.
All right. Bye.
Thank you to our sponsors, Table Rock Creative, for all your video marketing needs. TableRockCreative.com. And Golden Ticket Cinemas, $5 movies before 7 o'clock every day.